up and you slam the door. I messed up on the bedroom floor. What the hell do we do this for? I push you out, but you come back. That attraction, we can't fight that. Oh, keep telling myself that I should let go.
Guardians, red hot. The Guardians from the American League Central have won 7 in a row, and they're taking on the Phillies and their ace right-hander Wheeler, but that game is in a rain delay. Now, we're ready to play ball here in a first pitch sinker to Antonacci, the left-handed batter, in for a strike from Adrian Hauser. The Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, Toyota, let's go places. Now, a little bit of an equipment issue for Daniel Susac, so timeout is taken there. First pitch thrown at 1:08 p.m., and the game time temperature, 61 degrees. It's bright and sunshiny, but it's a little coolish. Now the pitch, and that's over the inside corner with a changeup. And it's strike 2 called. Antonacci, who got hit 2 times in the same inning last night. He started the 9-run rally being hit by a pitch, and he took one for the team. I think everybody was in agreement with that, and he often will. So pitch inside to him, you have to be careful about that. 0-2 pitch, swing, and a high foul off the left field line that will reach well back into the lower deck, out of play. Antonacci, who is hitting .288 with a .390 on base average, although he doesn't get a whole lot of walks. He's been hit more times than he's walked. 2-strike pitch, fastball in there, strike 3 called. Well, apparently he was convinced that it would be something else from Hauser other than a fastball on the outer third down around the knees. 97-mile-an-hour fastball to freeze him. And now here is the powerful Murakami. 1 out, nobody on. Murakami, 17 home runs for the year. And the pitch to him. In there for a called strike with a curveball. Murakami, .246 batting average, but 17 homers and only 175 official at-bats. So about 1 homer every 10 at-bats. Here it is, and a sinker up and in, off the inside for a ball, 1-1. Murakami with a .320, I beg your pardon, .387 on base percentage. He's walked 40 times. Now the pitch, and a slider is in the dirt on the inside, ball 2. So a lot of home run power. Last night, no home runs for the White Sox, who have hit the 3rd most homers of any team in Major League Baseball coming into this series. But Murakami broke it wide open with a 3-run double in that 9-run inning. There's a swing and a foul, ticking off the glove of Susac and high up on the backstop. And the count, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Shortstop, Adames, well over toward the middle, playing Murakami to pull. Now the set, the pitch. Swing, ground ball up the first base side, just goes foul. The Giants on the field with Hauser pitching and Susac catching. And infield of Devers, Arraez, Adames, and Chapman from first around to third. And in the outfield, Schmidt, Bader, and Gilbert from left to right. Here's the windup and the pitch. And a little bit high with that 95-mile-an-hour sinker. Now it's 3-2. And Murakami, to get that many walks, he's on pace for about 123 walks if he kept up getting walks at this pace all year. He's got a pretty good eye, apparently. 3-2 pitch. Swing, bounce right back to Hauser. He gloves it on a hop, runs it toward first, and then makes the underhanded flip to Devers for the out. Hit sharply by Murakami, but right back at Hauser, who is squared up, ready to field his position. So 2 down, and here is Miguel Vargas. The White Sox, and here's a look at the leaderboard, sponsored by Bank of America, proud sponsor of the Junior Giants, helping inspire tomorrow's leaders on and off the field. White Sox home run leaders. Here's the pitch. Slider spins in there to the right-handed batting Vargas. Strike 1 called. Murakami, 17 homers. Then Montgomery, who's on deck, 13 homers, and then Vargas, 11. Little bouncer softly hit foul on the third base side. The White Sox third base coach, Justin Jershela, will go over and pick it up. Toss it to the Giants' bat boy. 0-2 the count to Vargas. 2 down, nobody on. Hauser facing his old team, the White Sox. He started the year and was great for the White Sox last year. Now, fastball is too high. And one of his best starts, and he had a lot of outstanding starts for the White Sox. One of his best one was a 1-0 win over the Giants in Chicago. Here's the windup, the 1-2 pitch. Fastball, just off the outside. Nerves of steel for Vargas to take that one. Vargas is another guy who's walked a lot. He's had 32 walks. Vargas comes in with a .368 on-base percentage in spite of a low batting average. And this one is called a strike, and Vargas is going to challenge that call.
Pitch is called a strike, the batter's challenging.
And he's going to win this challenge. So here they put it up on the big board, the animation, and it is just a little bit off the outside corner by 1.5 inches. So that's a great time to challenge because his at-bat is still going. Otherwise, he'd already be out. The inning would already be over. 3-2 the count to him. And he's walked 32 times, and Murakami's walked 40 times. The White Sox, 2 leading on-base guys for getting walks. Here's the pitch. Swing and a fly ball into right. Back and now waiting for it. Gilbert, shy of the warning track by about 10 feet, makes the catch. Well, he gets him anyway. 3 up, 3 down. Last of the first, Adames, Arise, and Schmidt coming up. White Sox done. Giants coming to bat on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
Dust in the rear view, free as a bird. This is our time, no matter what they say. Every mile behind only brought us here. Now the road is clear. Shotgun ride on my Friday night. Sunset fire burning in our eyes. Let's leave the past in the past and deal with it another day.
And here is Hudson, Brian Hudson, left-handed reliever, and he's the opener for the White Sox today. And he misses low and inside at 91 miles an hour. Ball 1 to Willie Adames. 0-0 as we start the Giants half of the first. Now Adames swings and misses. Kind of drops down low 3/4 style. Looks like he might have good carry on that fastball, though. It's only 92 miles an hour, but it had the swing and the look of a much faster pitch, so it must have had excellent carry to it. From the stretch, Hudson pitches, swing, and a soft liner out behind second over to his right. Mydroth, the second baseman, makes the catch. So 1 away. Well, he got a swing and a miss on the first one, and then that next high fastball, he got a swing and a little very soft flare out to the second baseman, and he hit it at 59 miles per hour. That's really softly hit. Now Luis Arraez, fourth in the league in batting average, .321, and he's taken all the way here in a first pitch called strike at 90 miles an hour from Hudson. Hudson is in his 25th game, third time that he started a game. 0-1 delivery, and that's in for a called strike. So he's taken both of those and is quickly behind in the count, 0-2. That was belled high right down the middle. Here it comes, very high. 1-2 the count. White Sox around the infield, showing Murakami, Mydroth, Montgomery, and Vargas from first around to third. An outfield of Antonacci in left, Peters in center, Kelnick in right. Romo is the catcher, Drew Romo. 1-2 pitch. Fastball away, and it's 2-2. Hudson has averaged exactly one strikeout per inning before today. 23 strikeouts in 23 innings. 10 walks, so he can be a little bit wild. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a foul. Out of play off to the left. He's just staying with the hard stuff here. What for him is the hard stuff. Not really hard in terms of a radar gun reading, though. 2-2 pitch. Fouled back to the screen. That was another four-seam fastball, 91 miles an hour. He kind of reminds you of that. He's a much taller version of Alex Vesia of the Dodgers, who's one of the kings of the vert balls that have that look of rising. Here it comes. Swing, and there's a drive in the left field, hit well. Back into his right. Antonacci now circling to his right, goes into a slide and makes a backhanded catch. He started back, and then that one had a lot of slice to it, and he reacted a little bit late to that because he was heading really back quickly. The ball started fading and slicing, and he ultimately had to go into a slide to reach down to catch it. 2 down, and Casey Schmidt swings and hits a soft fly ball to left in a couple of steps to make the catch. Antonacci. Schmidt's gone on one pitch. 3 up, 3 down with the Giants. We go to the second inning. Montgomery, the cleanup hitter, coming up against Hauser. 0-0 in the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
So go, 'cause you're picking There's no time to waste. I wanna love you, but life doesn't wait. You can stay.
First pitch sinker, and the count is 0-1. That ball was down around the knees. Taco Bell second inning. Stop by your local Taco Bell to try their new Cantina chicken menu, and remember to live Moss. Now here's a curveball and a check swing. No, not quite. An appeal to the third base umpire, Nestor Ceja, and he said, no, that's a swing. And we see the side view on the replay. He definitely went all the way through the zone on that one. 0-0 as we start the second inning. Now the windup, and Hauser delivers. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high, hard one. That was high and tight at 96 miles per hour. Second strikeout for Hauser. Hauser last year signed a one-year deal with the White Sox. Made 11 starts and had a 2.1 earned run average. Included in that was a 1-0 win over the Giants in Chicago. There's a ball outside, ball one. Then he got traded to Tampa Bay and a couple of minor leaguers as well. The White Sox still in a rebuilding at that time. Now the 1-0 pitch outside for a ball. Hauser got off to a really bad start back in April for the Giants, but so far in the month of May, he's got a 2.04 ERA. That was going into today. Now he pitches. There's a called strike. Hauser pitched last Sunday in Sacramento against the Athletics, and he was great. He went 6 innings, only allowed 1 run in that game. 2-1 pitch. Ground ball to third over to his left. Chapman's got it, sets himself, and throws him out at first. Chase Mydroth, one of only 2 right-handed hitters in the lineup for the White Sox today, grounds out. 2 down, and Andrew Benintendi, another lefty, will come up. And that's our check of who was on deck as he strides to the plate now. That's sponsored by TimberTech. TimberTech, decking and railing. Everything wood should be. Visit TimberTech.com. Now Benintendi, big swing and a miss on a changeup. That fooled him. 1 strike to count. Benintendi has been hitting really well lately. His last 6 games, he's had 3 doubles and a homer and 6 batted in. He takes the ball too low with a slider, 1-1. And last night, he got one of the biggest hits of that 9-run inning as he got a 2-run double to left center. Now he takes a called strike on the inside with a sinker that came back to the plate. That was up and in, kind of borderline, but if it didn't hit the strike zone, it missed it by a fraction of an inch. 1-2 pitch. Swing, and there's a high pop-up. Third baseman Chapman shading the eyes of the glove as he angles back to his right and near the foul line in shallow left. He's got it. And I think he made it look a lot easier than it was with the harsh glare of the sun. 3 up, 3 down. Rafi Devers coming up, then Chapman, last of the second, 0-0 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Grab your nose. Say yeah to a high five with your friend. Up high, down low, too slow. Let's go. Stomp your feet, jump up and down, clap your hands and turn around. Reach your arms all the way to the sky, out to the sides like a bird of
The left-hander Hudson still in there, and he misses outside with ball one to Rafael Devers. Lefty versus lefty. Now there's a fastball away. 2-0. Meanwhile, in the White Sox bullpen, the right-hander, normally a starting pitcher, Eric Fetty, is warming up. 2-0 pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul. Out of play off to the left. And that was an off-balance swing by Devers on a ball that was on the outer third. 2-1 the count. Here it is. Swing and a foul back to the screen. That was another fastball, 89 miles an hour. And Devers was a little bit under it. Very characteristic of a guy who's got that excellent carry. The big vert. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. All hard stuff. I don't think he's shown anything except fastballs, and that may be the end of his day. Here comes Will Venable, the manager, out with the hook. Next two hitters are both right-handed, Chapman and Susac. So I guess that was the plan with the opener, Hudson, to get through Devers. The Giants with two lefties out of their first four. Keep Fetty from having to face them. So here comes Fetty into the game. So, Giants nothing, White Sox nothing. With one out, nobody on in the last of the second inning as Fetty comes in from the bullpen. And while he makes his way in, let's pause for these words.
Memorial Day weekend. You know what that means.
No work on Monday.
And the start of the summer season.
They know that it's heavy, got my body looking right. Drinking all these herbs, got my tight. Take me to the bank, you know that's all I ever say. If I don't get my way, then someone gotta catch a fade. If you gotta spend it, make it rain. I don't care about them diamonds down there icing out your name. Where them dollars at? Show me where them dollars do. Where them dollars at? Show me where them dollars at. Where they at? Where them dollars at? Show me where them dollars do. Where them dollars at? Show me where them dollars. Where they at? Where them dollars at? Show me where them dollars. Where they at? Where them dollars at? Show me where them dollars. What they do? Where them dollars at? Show me where them dollars. Where they at? Where them dollars at? Show me where them dollars. What they do?
Receive a soccer jersey presented by StubHub as the Giants celebrate Fiesta Gigantes on that date. Enjoy Latin music and culture throughout the ballpark thanks to Topo Chico Hard Seltzer and Bank of America. Learn more and get tickets for the game on June 13th at sfgiants.com/Fiesta. Now, Fetty ready to go to Matt Chapman, and he throws him a called strike. Now, Fetty to the plate, and that's in there for a called strike, too, with a sinker. The timeout is asked for by Matt Chapman. Now, Fetty has had huge splits. He has been way more successful. And here's the pitch, and that's too high. And the count is 1-2. He has what they call reverse splits. Been way more successful against lefties than righties. Now the pitch is way outside with his sweeper, and that's been his most effective pitch this year. The batting average when he throws that sweeping breaking ball is only 176. He throws it nearly half the time against righties. Now Chapman takes too high with a sinker at 95 miles an hour. And it's a full count, 3-2. Chapman, though, has not hit righties well this year. Now he takes strike three call. And he immediately challenges the call.
The pitcher's called a strike. The batter's challenging.
And he's going to lose it. And he's looking out at the scoreboard like everybody else, and it's over the outside edge.
San Francisco has one remaining challenge.
Belt high, right in the outside corner. Just barely half the ball touched the strike zone, and half didn't. So 2 down, nobody on. Here is Andrew. Lights out great against righties, but it's been the opposite this year. Now he throws a called strike to Susac. Lefties are hitting 193 against him and hardly ever getting extra base hits. Righties are hitting 289 with a lot of extra base power. Now here is a sinker in for called strike 2. Well, it's the same beginning to Chapman's at bat. Couple of called strikes right away. Now timeout is asked for by Susac. 2 down, nobody on. Giants nothing. White Sox nothing in the second inning. Here's Fetty to the plate. Low and outside with the sweeper. 1-2. Susac, who is hitting .395 and 38 at bats in the big leagues this year. Right-handed hitter, the pitch to him. Very high. 2-2. Eric Fetty, so far this year, no wins, 4 losses, a 4.3 earned run average. He's given up a lot of home runs, 11 homers in 46 innings. Now the pitch is in on the fists and bounced foul to the third base coach, Ron Wotus. He's the substitute third base coach with Alex Borg, or Hector Borg, I beg your pardon. Away for the weekend. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. There's that sweeper again. And that's been his big pitch. So 3 straight Giants strikeout in the second. We head to the third. 0-0 on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network. White Sox today. Jared Kalnick leads off against Adrian Hauser. And a high curveball in there for a called strike. I think that one may well have started out above the strike zone and dropped down into it. With the dropping curveball. 0-1 the count to Kalnick. Here it comes. Fastball in there. Strike 2 call. Down the middle at 95 miles per hour. And it's 0-2. Tristan Peters, another lefty, is on deck. And then the switch-hitting Drew Romo due up third in the inning. There has not yet been a base runner in this game as we start the third. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a changeup. Third strikeout for Hauser. And now Tristan Peters to the plate. The Giants' annual Pride Night is highlighted by post-game fireworks. Enjoy Pride Night fireworks presented by Gilead following the Friday, June 12th game with the Cubs. Giants lead off an exciting weekend with the Cubbies in town. Learn more and get your tickets at sfgiants.com/pride. Now here's ball one to Tristan Peters. 26-year-old out of Southern Illinois. He was a Saluki, just like Dwayne Kuiper. Now pitch is lined into right field for a base hit. That was a changeup up, and Peters seemed to be looking for something just like that. He ripped it into right field. First base runner of the game. And here comes Drew Romo. Peters, he can steal a base. He's got 4 steals and 4 tries this year. White Sox like to run as a group. Romo, switch hitter, batting left-handed. And Hauser pitches a little bit low. Working from the stretch now. Giants had the shortstop, Adames, well over toward the middle. Pulled in a little bit, double play depth. Second baseman Arise shaded a few steps toward first. Also in a couple of steps from the outfield grass, double play depth. Now the set and the pitch. In there for a called strike with a sinker. Giants nothing. White Sox nothing. Third inning. It was similar to last night's game. The White Sox never had a base runner until the 4th inning last night. 1-1 the count, and a throw to first. Dancing over there was Peters, and this time Hauser, whether it was because Peters got his attention or it was called from the dugout, he ended up making the pickoff throw, and Peters dives back safely. Devers on the bag with him. He's dancing again. Now the pitch, showing bunt. Romo takes a called strike 2 with a changeup. That one ended up down at the knees, which when guys are looking to bunt, a lot of hitters will say that the pitch down is the best one to get down on the ground with a bunt, but he pulled the bat back. Now he's behind 1-2. The pitch on the way, and it's low and in with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Giants nothing, White Sox nothing. Third inning. 1 out, runner at first. Taking his time out here, Drew Romo. Romo has not hit well so far this year. 178 batting average. But he has hit for power. He's got 4 homers in 45 official at-bats. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out with a high fastball. Well, I guess he was looking for something up. And he finally got something up, and it was way up out of the zone, up around the lettering on his shirt. 2 down, 4 strikeouts for Hauser. And here's the leadoff man, Sam Antonacci. Runner at first. The set, the pitch. Low. Ball 1. We're very sad to learn today of the tragedy sustained by the former Giant Marvin Bernard. Inducted into the Giants Wall of Fame in 2011. Won the Willie Mack Award as a player in 1999. There's the throw to first, and back to the bag standing is Peters. But Bernard got the news early this morning of the death of his wife, Mrs. Leslie Bernard, in a traffic accident. Here's the pitch now, and it's down and away for a ball. 2-0. Marvin had said goodbye to his wife, Leslie, at the Sacramento airport last night. He was traveling to Miami. He was to be inducted into the Latino Baseball Hall of Fame today. But then got the sad news that she had passed away in a tragic traffic accident. Here's a ball up and away, and it's 3-0 to Antonacci. So our prayers and best wishes to Marvin Bernard. Three 3-0 pitch, and Antonacci looks at a called strike. 3-1. Antonacci, the main part of his game is getting on base, and he is very much like the former Giant, longtime big leaguer, F.P. Santangelo in that regard. 3-1 count, the pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul and out of play off to the left. And I talked to F.P. I saw him at the ballpark here today. F.P., who is a great talk show host on KNBR, our flagship station, and has worked several games with us already this year. 3-2 the count with a runner at first, 2 down. There goes the runner. The pitch, or a slow roller to third, in to field it. Chapman. Here's the throw to first. Inning over. He said, you definitely, there is a technique to getting hit by pitches intentionally, which we thought we saw Antonacci employ last night to get that big rally started in the 4th inning. Not this time. 1 hit, 1 left. Eldridge coming up with the Giants in a 0-0 game on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Can't catch me 'cause I stay low key. Body shots like 1, 2, 3. You know how to bet with me. Walk, 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 walk. Shake that money maker. Walk, 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 walk. Show 'em what you made of. Walk, 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 walk. Shake that money maker. Walk, 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 walk. Show 'em what you made of. Show 'em what you made of. Show 'em what you made of. I'm my mama's child, so the body and the face cold. Make a shoot a shot like a. Don't come to me as a woman, 'cause I play slow. I don't care about a his made. I don't care about a boy his made. I don't care about a boy his made. Walk, 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 walk. Shake that money maker. Walk, 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 walk. Show 'em what you made of. Walk, 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 walk. Shake that money maker. Walk, 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 walk. Show 'em what you made of. That Tuesday night when you left me behind, I was so done with trying to make it right. 또 떠나는 날 깨진 유리 같은 맘. Oh my oh why 돌고 돌아 언젠가 나도 운명적인 사랑을 할 수 있을까. But trusting
Bader on deck, and then Gilbert due up third. 0-0. And here's a cutter up and a swinging strike 2. They took that first pitch fastball that was right down the middle for a called strike. Now a swinging strike. He's behind 1 and 2, and here it is. Ooh. And the breaking ball is just off the outside. And it was, the ABS shows it as being off the outside. 2-2 pitch. Low and away with a changeup. Now it's a full count. Bryce Eldridge trying to get it going. He's hit 1 home run. That was San Francisco. He's had 36 at-bats, but just 5 hits overall. Now he swings, hits a foul out of play into the second deck. And that was kind of a hanging sinker right down the middle of the plate. And that's kind of symptomatic of what happens when a guy's not hitting. He misses those. Here it is, swing and a foul out of play off to the left on a high cutter. 3-2 the count. That was up around the belt, maybe a little bit above, and out over the plate. She's coming after him. Here it comes, swing and another foul coming back into the second deck. That was another cutter. That one ran in under the hands, though. But he fought it off. 3-2. Bader on deck. Fetty delivers. Swing and a smash down the right field line. Hooking toward the corner, and it just goes foul. It ricocheted maybe off the hands of a fan or off the top of the railing behind the arcade out there and out into the bay. Man, did he hit that one hard. But foul. 3-2 pitch. Swing, and he fouls it off the third base side and off the facing of the second deck. Three-two pitch. Swing and a line drive, base hit to right field. On the 11th pitch of the at-bat, Eldridge lines a single into right field. Just a couple of pitches after he hit a foul ball home run. So now here is Harrison Bader. Bader, who has not hit well against right-handed pitching. Here's the pitch from the right-hander. In there for a called strike with a cutter. 0-1 the count. Giants nothing. White Sox nothing. Nobody out. Runner at first. And there is a ball just a little bit high. 1 ball and 1 strike. That was another cutter. Bader had a single and a walk last night. He's been hitting with some power lately. Chokes up in the bat a little bit, crowding the plate. 1-1 pitch. Check swing. An appeal to the first base umpire. No, says Chris Guccione. No swing. 2-1 the count. Giants nothing, White Sox nothing. Giants just getting their first hit and first base runner on the single there by Eldridge. Here it is. There's a ground ball to short over to his right. Montgomery to second for 1. The relay to first. Double play. So they finally get a base runner, and then the next batter hits the double play ball. Tomorrow will be a Star Wars Day here at Oracle Park. Mandalorians, Jedi, and Giants fans all invited to enjoy galactic fun for the finale of the series with the White Sox. First 15,000 fans will receive a Grogu bobblehead presented by Evercharge. Get tickets now at sfgiants.com/Star Wars. There's a called strike to Drew Gilbert. Left-handed hitter. 2 down, nobody on. Nothing score. Gilbert pops one up into shallow left. Falling in there. Base hit. Vargas, the third baseman, went chasing down the line after it. He could not catch up to it. The left fielder, Antonacci, could not even get close to it. So Gilbert has a bloop single to left, and here comes Willie Adames. By the way, that new Star Wars movie, did you notice, DC, that we talked about a little bit last night? And DC was very uptight about it because he's going with his family to see the Mandalorian and Grogu movie tonight. Here's a ball down and away. Ball 1 to Willie Adames, who popped up to second his first time. And we're close to, Monday will be the 49th anniversary of the original Star Wars movie, debuting in theaters around the country, 1977. Now the 1-0 pitch. Wow, a ball that almost hit him. And with the ball almost by him, he ended up taking a swing at it for some reason. And the ball skimmed off the bat, foul. Bizarre decision there on a mind-boggling decision by Adames on a ball that was already by him and almost hit him. 1-1 the count to him. Fetty ready. Runner at first. The pitch. Broken back. Ground ball right over at the Giants dugout. Hits the screen in front of the dugout. The bat snapped in half. And I mean a transverse shattering of the bat from the barrel end on down to the handle. And the other half of the bat with a lethal-looking jagged edge ended up on the dirt near third base. Another ball that ran way inside. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Adames, who's looking very anxious to put a ball in play, whether it's a strike or not. He's just swung at 2 straight pitches that almost hit him. He's got a new bat now. The 1-2 pitch is down to the way and off the glove of Romo, the catcher. Anyway, Star Wars did get screened in San Francisco before it got released to the rest of the country back in 1977, right here in San Francisco. And why not? George Lucas is a local guy. The Giants won the day it was released. It went into more wide release that year. And the Giants beat the Cincinnati Reds in a game in which they scored 5 runs in the first inning back in 77. And D.C. will be his opening night, his debut for The Mandalorian, Star Wars, The Mandalorian, and Grogu tonight. Hard ground ball to short. Montgomery's got it, flips it to second with Meidroth covering for the out, and the inning is over. Gilbert is forced out at second. Dwayne Kuiper will be coming over from the television side. We head to the 4th inning. Murakami, the slugger, coming up. 0-0 on the Liberty.
Different country, different time zone. Got my phone on D&D, they be wondering what I'm on. I'm ducked off with the misses, good kisses. I had to get my sneaky links just to start living. Good riddance, goodbye, sayonara. All the times I kept it real, she my good karma. Finna turn her to a wife, not just baby mama. For real. Man, I think I'm in love.
One back to Hauser. Hauser throws to first. 1 pitch, 1 out. God, radio has never been so easy. My goodness. So Murakami rolls out. And that'll bring up Miguel Vargas. No runs, a hit for the White Sox. For the Giants, no runs on 2 hits. Vargas takes a pitch, called a ball, but Susak is feeling pretty sure that this is a strike. He issues a challenge, and it is a strike.
Calls on return. San Francisco retains 1 challenge.
And I mean, it was almost the full baseball was in the strike zone. So it's 0-1. The pitch to Vargas. Swinging a shot. Center field, it's going to fall as Bader gets to it on a big hop, and he will hold Vargas to a 1-out single.
I'm out.
Yeah, so Louis Krupa had left his mic on. Thank goodness didn't say anything derogatory about anybody. He just blurted out how many outs there were, and now Chris Cuccione is coming down the line saying, "Yo, dude, your mic was on." And Krupa said, "Yeah, well, I know. All right, leave me alone." So Cuccione goes back to first. A little umpire talk. Here's the shortstop, Colson Montgomery, with 1 out and 1 on. And the pitch, and there's a called strike. Vargas, at first, has got 8 steals, and he's not been thrown out. So you can expect that there's a good opportunity that he's going to go. He does not go, and a shot to right. Gilbert's coming over. He's going to play it on a bounce. He gets it. He's going to get it back into the infield, but Vargas goes to third. So just like that, the White Sox have runners at the corners with 1 out. And the hitter is going to be Chase Mydroff, the second baseman. So the first trouble that Hauser is in, and it comes here with 1 out in the 4th inning. And now Hauser's looking for a strikeout, a pop-up, or a double play. So he stands in, gets the sign from Susac, and the pitch, and it's a strike. He threw a fastball right down the pipe, and it's 0-1. Adames in a rise at double play depth up the middle. Bader shading Mydroth towards right center. Hauser throws. Swinging a tap around in front of home plate. Hauser's got it on the bare hand. He steps and throws, and they got him. And moving to second is Montgomery, but staying at third is Vargas. So Mydroth just kind of dribbled that one that was further away that Susac couldn't get it, and Hauser had to come down, and he ends up making a nice play. And here's Benintendi, who popped out to Chapman to end the second. Pitch is a line drive to right. Coming in is Gilbert, who runs and makes the catch. Benintendi hit it well, but right at the Giants' right fielder. So Hauser pitches out of this mini mess. Giants are coming up. It'll be Arise, Schmidt, and Devers. It's 0-0 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network. So Fetty kicks and throws, and it's high. 2 balls and a strike. The opener for the White Sox was a left-hander by the name of Brian Hudson. Here's the pitch. Swinging a high fly ball to right. Moving back is Kelnick. And it's over his head. And it rolls out the Triples alley. And on the move is Arise. He's going to hit third. And Wotus is going to tell him to hold up as the ball goes all the way through. And that's a leadoff triple. And it's a good time to pause for station identification. This is the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
This is the flagship of Giants baseball.
Double play!
KNBR and KNBR-FS San Francisco, the sports leader.
Here's the pitch to Schmidt with the infield in, and he takes a strike. I'm Dwayne Kuiper along with John Miller, who's over on the TV side. Darren Chan is here. Dave Fleming is on assignment. And the pitch. And Schmidt takes another strike. So now it's 0-2. This is always a case where if you're that hitter and there's nobody out and a man at third, don't leave it up to the next guy. And Schmidt's still got a strike to play with. And here it comes. And it's in the dirt. Good block by Romo. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Devers to follow, and then Chapman. As I mentioned, the infield is all the way in. Schmidt. It's a high pop-up foul. This one will sail about 5 rows into the upper deck, and then it bounces all the way down to the lower deck where there's a mad scramble. And we'll do it again. Is Fetty's ready. And the right-hander throws. And a swing and a high fly ball to deep right field. On the track is Kelnick. He catches. Here comes Arise. And the Giants lead 1-0. Good at bat for Casey Schmidt. We never, ever take for granted sacrifice flies. RBI number 24 for Schmidt. So now the bases are empty with 1 out, and here's Devers, who struck out in the second. Devers hammers one, fair down the right field line. It's going to kick out to Kelnick, and with that, Devers has to stop at first. But boy, did he smoke that one on the first pitch. Where that wall down the right field line, that short side wall, where it jets out, and when it hits that wall, it just, that angle, it carries the ball right to the outfielder, and that's exactly what happened. So here's Chapman. And the pitch, and Chapman swings and pops this one back and out of play. Fetty wants a new baseball, and he gets it. So here's Fetty. He's ready. He's at the belt. Devers with a short lead. The pitch. Chapman, a ground ball, right field, base hit. Devers is going to go for 3. Here's the throw to third. It's on line. He made it. And into second sliding is Chapman. A gamble by Rafi Devers to go first to third with Kelnick, who's got a pretty good arm in right field, and he made it. So now the Giants putting more pressure on these White Sox. But Devers really never hesitated. This is a Habas Law mound visit. is Zach Bove, the White Sox pitching coach. Went out, visited, had his words, and now he's back in the dugout as Susak stands in, and it looks like the White Sox, at least up the middle, are going to play back. The pitch to Susak. Swinging a shot to left field. That's a base hit. Dever scores. Here comes Chapman. Here's the throw. He's going to score. Susak knocks them both in, and the Giants lead 3-0. One thing we've learned about Daniel Susak is he is not shy at all about swinging at the first pitch. So the Giants, remember the Giants had 9 runs tacked onto them in the 4th inning last night. Well, now they've tacked on 3 in the 4th inning to the Sox as Eldridge takes a strike. Eldridge had a base hit in the 3rd inning around 110 exit velocity. Here's the pitch, and it's low. So Fetty, who came in for Hudson, had a perfect 2-hitter inning in the 2nd. Help of a double play, had a good inning in the 3rd. Eldridge with a swing and a foul. That's to the backstop. And it's 1-2. But this inning, the difference. The Giants have 4 hits this inning, a triple and 3 singles and a sacrifice fly. See what Eldridge can do. He's behind in the count, 1-2. The pitch. Swinging a foul down the left field line and out of play. Bader on deck. We're in the 4th. Susak at first. The pitch. Strike 3 called, and Eldridge is going to challenge. I mean, the Giants only have 1 challenge left. And he made the call. It's a ball. About 2 inches low. So he survives the challenge, and he will now live to see another pitch. Here it comes. Swinging a flare to right, and a base hit. Susak moves to 3rd. Eldridge didn't hit it that well, but he hit it in a perfect spot. So that's 5 hits here in the 4th. So here's Bader. Bader hit into a double play. 6-4-3 double play in the 3rd. So here he waits, and Fetty throws, and a swing and a pop-up, but it's going to be in the seats. Way back about 30 rows from the Giants on-deck circle, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Susak at 2nd. Eldridge at 1st. And the pitch to Bader. Swing! You're going to miss, and it's 0-2. A long inning for Eric Fetty, and he deals to Bader. And did he go around on a check swing? He did. As Chris Cuccione, the first base umpire, made the decision that he went around. And here's Drew Gilbert. We're coming to you live from the Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino broadcast booth. Oh, DC, break. Here's Gilbert, who singled in the 3rd. and it's a called strike. I hope you only do that for me. Yeah, thanks. I have no roots in Hawaii other than the fact that I got married there. No balls and 1 strike to Gilbert. The pitch, and it's up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Giants have scored 3 times here in the 4th. They're obviously trying to pick up a little bit more than that. The pitch to Gilbert. Swinging a chopper. It's right back to the pitcher, Fetty. He will jog to first, then underhand it, and that'll end the inning. So, Giants fans are happy. They pick up 3 runs here in the 4th. We'll head to the 5th. It's the Giants 3, the White Sox nothing on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network. Here's Kelnick, who takes a strike. It'll be the bottom 3 in this White Sox lineup, Kelnick, Peters, and Romo. So Adrian Hauser has the lead, and Kelnick hits a high fly ball. Schmidt going back, still going back. He's going to play it off the bottom of the wall. He recovers, and he gets it into second base, but it'll be a leadoff double. So the White Sox trying to answer back, and Kelnick opens up the inning with a 2-bagger. So here's Peters. Peters had a single in the 3rd. And the pitch. And Peters tries to get after it. And then he tried to check it, and then he couldn't. And I think it was a called strike anyway. So it's no balls, and 1 strike is Hauser. Gets the ball back, and he throws. And it's down and in. 1 ball and 1 strike. On deck is Drew Romo. Giants 3, White Sox nothing. Inning number 5. Double look to second, and the pitch. Swinging a foul to the left side into the club level. And it stays at 1-2. Boy, beautiful day. First pitch was 65 degrees. Really not a cloud in the sky. Kind of a brisk wind at 13 or 14 miles per hour. The 1-2. Swinging another pop-up. This one, again, headed to the club level. Third base side. 1-2. Hauser again takes a peek at second. And the pitch. Ooh, inside, and Peters just barely got out of the way. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Hauser at the belt. Hauser looks to second and throws, and there's a foul straight back off the screen. .60 pitches thrown now by Adrian Hauser, with nobody out here in the 5th and a runner at second. Susak goes through a set of signs. And the pitch. Swinging a flare to right. Leaping is the rise. He can't get it. It'll be a base hit for Peters. And once again, the White Sox now have runners at first and third. This time with nobody out. The 4th inning, it was with 1 out. And Hauser got out of it. So the bottom of the lineup is definitely set things up. Drew Romo, the catcher, struck out in the 3rd. And Hauser throws, and Romo takes high and wide. 1 ball and no strikes. White Sox trying to get on the board. Here's the 1-0 delivery, and Romo way out in front. Looked like it was a changeup, and he just got a piece, and it trickled to the backstop to even at a count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Top of the order on deck for this Chicago team is Hauser. Sets, looks to third, throws, and it's a strike on the outside corner. A good placed fastball. It's 1-2. Giants 3, White Sox nothing. Here's the 1-2 delivery. And it's a high pop-up foul down the left field line and out of play. So it's 1-2. At third is Kelnick. At first is Peters. And the pitch. And it's inside, a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Hauser having to work. He had to work in the 4th inning. And he's back at it again here in the 5th. And now the number of pitches is starting to add up. The 2-2 to Romo is high and wide. It's 3-2. He obviously does not want to walk the 9th place hitter to load the bases to get to the top of the order. So you would figure this would be something that Romo could swing at. Here's the pitch. Swinging a shot on the ground and a base hit right past Devers. 1 run is going to score. The runner at first, Peters, is going to go to third, where he will make it on a slide, and all the White Sox do right now is just change places, and it's 3-1. You got a high fastball up, and Romo just drove it right past Raffy Devers, and that's going to bring out the Giants pitching coach, Justin Message. This is a Habas Law mound visit. Also gives us a chance to tell you that weekends at Oracle Park, well, they're a little extra tasty. It's called the Coca-Cola Weekend 4-Pack. You get 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, and 4 Coca-Cola beverages. It's available for any Friday, Saturday, or Sunday home game, including tomorrow. And you can buy this online at sfgiants.com/weekend. So now you go from the bottom of the order to the top of the order, and here's Antonacci, and the pitch, and a shot on the ground, diving on one hop is Arise, and he flips it, or make that Adames, and he flips it to Arise to get the out at first, but a run comes in. It's 3-2, but the damage could have been a lot worse. As if that ball gets through, then we got runners running all over the place. So Antonacci will reach on the fielder's choice, and he will pick up an RBI. But what a great play. So here's Murakami. It's now 3-2, and Murakami takes a strike at the knees. The former Brewer, Willie Adames. Here's Murakami. He waits, and Hauser now throws to first, and back is the sliding Antonacci, who's got 5 steals on the year, so it wouldn't be any surprise at all if he decided to go. There's one out. And the pitch. And it's very high. That'll even the count at a ball and a strike. A double, and then 2 singles, and then the great play by Willie Adames. Hauser throws, and it's a little low. 2 balls and 1 strike. Mentioned earlier, pretty significant amount of pitches thrown in the 4th, and now here in the 5th. The pitch, and it's a little low. Boy, these pitches are close. It's 3-1. On deck is Miguel Vargas. See if Murakami gets something to hit. Here it comes. Swinging a high foul down the left field line. A 95-mile-an-hour sinker that was in on the hands. So maybe 3-2 you'll see Antonacci go. There's his lead. He does not go. Swing and a miss. He got him. 5 strikeouts for Hauser. And here's Vargas. So the former Brewer, Hauser, picks up his 5th strikeout, and here's Vargas. Vargas had a base hit of the 4th. The pitch. Swing. We're going to miss. No balls and 1 strike. The White Sox have cut into the lead. The Giants scored 3 in the bottom of the 4th inning, and Hauser looking for a shutdown inning is not going to get it. So here's the 0-1 delivery to Vargas, and it's down low, gets through the legs of Susak, and Antonacci's going to move up, and that may be a pass ball. I have to see what it looks like, and now they're announcing that it is a pass ball. Let's see what Susak was trying to do. He was trying to snatch that ball and, try to trick the umpire a little bit into getting that in the strike zone. And when he snatched it, he missed it. So here's the 1-1, and a swing and a foul back. It's 1-2, which puts the potential tying run down scoring position in Antonacci. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. We'll look to second the pitch. Swinging a shot. Left center field. Bader on the move. He can't get it. This is going to tie the game Vargas goes into second base with a double. So clutch hitting by Miguel Vargas. And it's 3-3. See the pitch. He got a high fastball. And here comes Tony Vitello. So not only does Adrian Hauser not get the shutdown inning, but he doesn't get through the fifth. So the Giants are going to bring in Matt Gage. He will be facing Colson Montgomery. We're going to take a break. All of a sudden, it's a new ball game. It's 3-3, and we'll be back.
Hey, I'm Pick.
And I'm Paul.
My partner here is making his first do-it-yourself fix-your-own-car video.
How do I look?
Like you need a shave.
I'm serious.
Go!
Hey, this Friday through Monday during Dollar Days at Pick and Pull, every part you pick and pull from the yard is 50% off.
You're such a DIYer and social influencer.
From doors to fenders, every part is half off.
Yeah.
Seats are just $15. Doors are $25.
Times to match what the Giants did in the bottom of the fourth, and Gage is now facing Montgomery, and Montgomery takes a pitch just off the plate. Both teams with 3 runs now, and both teams with 7 hits. Gage throws, and Montgomery with a real uppercut swing and a miss, and that evens the count at a ball and a strike. So the bottom of the order really got it going for Chicago here in this 5th inning. And the pitch, swing and a miss by Montgomery. It's 1-2. Gage came back with a 92-mile-an-hour fastball. Montgomery's been an RBI guy for this White Sox team. I mean, coming in, he's got 31. Murakami's the only one who's got more with 36. A big, strong shortstop hitting cleanup. The pitch is low and away, 2-2. Which, I mean, you don't see many. Under Troy Tulowitzki comes to mind. Ripken, of course, would cleanup. I mean, there are a few. 2-2. The pitch to Montgomery. Strike 3 call, and that'll end the inning as Montgomery throws the bat down in disgust. But the White Sox do some damage. They score 3 times here in the 5th. It's all tied up at 3-3 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants radio network.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Back here at Oracle Park, a 3-3 game. And here's Willie Adames in the pitch. And Adames takes low and away for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. So Eric Fetty with new life. He got dinged for 3 runs in the 4th. Throws the 1-0 pitch. And Adames hits a very high, short fly ball in the center field. And coming in is Peters, who makes the one-handed catch, 1 out. That'll bring up Arise, who tripled in the 4th inning. Well, don't miss Play Ball Weekend coming up June 5th through the 7th. And what it's doing is it's encouraging youth everywhere to get out and play. Visit playball.org to register for a free event near you. That's playball.org and register. The pitch to Arise is a strike, and it's 0-1. We're in the bottom of inning number 5. This is the home half of the 5th. The pitch to Arise, and he takes a little low. Been a number of games today, and we have 3 finals as Arise takes a bit outside on our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. The Cardinals beat the Reds 8-1 in Cincinnati, and the Astros shut out the red-hot Cubs 3-0. And a line drive, and another hit for Arise. This one into right center field, and he will be on first base with 1 out. He continues to hit, coming in to this game hitting .321. Actually just 2 finals. The other 2 games, the weather in the East must be bad. Here's Schmidt, who takes a strike. The Yankees and Rays in New York rained out, and the Orioles and Tigers in Baltimore rained out. Or they're postponed. I'm assuming it's rain. 0-1 to Schmidt. He waits, and the pitch. And he takes a pitch inside. Schmidt with a sacrifice fly in the 4th inning. Devers, and then Chapman. Tries to retake the lead here in the 5th. The pitch. Swinging a high drive. Left field. It is out of here. He's swinging it, folks. And that's Casey Schmidt with his 10th of the year. He's got RBIs number 2 and 3 in this game. Tell you what, he's on a mission on mistakes. If they make a mistake to him, he not just gets a hit, he hits it out of the park. Here's Devers. And Devers takes a strike. Devers with a solid single down the first base line last inning. Here's the pitch. And Devers, did he go around? No swing on the appeal. A pitch that was outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. Devers with that open stance. The pitch. And he takes the next one high. Chapman to follow. The 2-1. Devers hits a very high, towering fly ball foul down the left field line. The Home Run Tracker is sponsored by Belmont Pioneer. Built on relationships, built to last. Visit BelmontPioneer.com. The distance on that home run, 396 feet. Devers hits a high fly ball, center field fairly deep. And on the warning track is Peters, who makes the catch. Devers may not have got all of that, but he still hit it pretty well. Here's Chapman. Chapman had a base hit in the fourth inning. He rolled one into right field. The pitch, and he takes a fastball for a called strike. Here's the 0-1 to Chapman. Chapman got underneath this one as he pops it into shallow left field. And the third baseman, Vargas, lost it, waved at it, missed it, and into second, sliding is Chapman. Vargas was struggling with it the whole time. In all honesty, it's Montgomery that's got to help him out, the shortstop. And Vargas, who doesn't have any sunglasses, was trying to shade his eyes with his glove, and he whiffed. So it'll be a double for Chapman. He'll happily take it. And here's Susak, who knocked in 2 runs with a hit in the fourth. And here he takes a ball, 1 ball and no strikes. But usually that shortstop can move over and call you off. So 1-0 to Susak, and the pitch. And Susak takes low and away. It's 2 balls and no strikes. Susak, he's going to try to make this hurt. Fetty throws. Oh, that was a breaking ball. Looked like a pretty good pitch, but called the ball. It's 3-0. Now, first base is open. I mean, if Fetty wants to pitch to the rookie Eldridge, he can do that. Although he's got a rookie at the plate right now in Susak. The pitch. Susak takes ball 4. Susak didn't walk a lot. I don't think he particularly likes to. And here's Eldridge. Pitching coach Zach Bove is going out. Well, Monday, that's only a couple of days away, is Memorial Day, and it'll be the D-backs to start a 3-game series. The matinee on Monday is 2 p.m. And then the series will continue on Tuesday night, and then another day game on Wednesday. So get your tickets, Giants D-backs, at sfgiants.com/tickets. Plus, look, I don't want to make too much of this, but the D-backs just hurt the Giants on this last trip. So, I mean, you want to think that maybe the Giants would like to hurt them back? So here's Eldridge, who's 2 for 2. And the pitch. And he takes low. 1 ball and no strikes. Eldridge has got 2 singles. Giants have runners at first and second. The pitch. And Eldridge takes high. Fetty's got a base open. It's at third. I mean, if he wants to go after Bader, he could do that. And we'll know here if Eldridge gets anything to hit. The pitch. And kind of a half swing. It may have been in the strike zone anyway. It's 2-1. .82 pitches for Fetty. The look to second, the pitch. And it's strike 2 call right in the outside corner. So now, if you're Eldridge, you can't play around. There's a runner out there in scoring position. And the 2-2. And it's high and away. Ball 3. By the way, that last mound visit was a Havas Law mound visit. Runners will be on the move. It's 3-2. So here's Fetty. The pitch. And it's ball 4. turns out to be a nice at-bat for Eldridge, who battled. Jordan Leisure, a right-hander, is in the bullpen getting loose, and now Romo looks like he's going out to give Leisure in the bullpen some time. Now for the K Counter, sponsored by Cars for Kids. Donate your car today at carsforkids.org. Your car running or not will be picked up as soon as the next day. You'll get a vacation voucher and a maximum tax deduction. So the K Counter. We'll go with the number of strikeouts for Adrian Hauser. He was piling them up pretty good there for a while. He had 5 in 4 in the third innings. So, well, it looks like we're going to have a new pitcher. So we're going to take a break. We'll let you know who it is when we come back. Casey Smith's home run makes it 5-3 lead for the Giants.
Memorial Day weekend, the beginning of summer, and the first big sales event for the new TVs. Samsung, LG, and Sony dominate the ratings again this year. And this weekend, you can save up to $500 on their top-rated models. Where will you get the best deal on these new models? At Video Only, where all the smart shoppers go. Before you buy a new TV, check out Video Only, or you'll be sorry.
It's Hybrid Month and our Memorial Day sale all month long at El Cerrito Honda. Drive right past the pump in a new Honda Hybrid and get up to 600 miles of range on a single tank. Choose from the sporty Civic Hybrid, the spacious CRV Hybrid, or the smooth, sophisticated Accord Hybrid. Visit El Cerrito Honda on San Pablo Avenue, just off of I-80. Online at elcerritohonda.com. Hybrid headquarters in the home of the Memorial Day sale all May long. More than just a car dealership, we're family.
So Jordan Leisure is your new pitcher. He comes in to face Harrison Bader. This will be his 17th appearance. And the pitch, and Bader takes just a bit outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Bader is hit into a double play and he's struck out. It's Chapman, Susac, and Eldridge, and the 1-0. And Bader, it's a high pop-up right in foul territory, coming down the third base line, and it almost hits Vargas in the head as it falls right in front of his feet. Vargas having a horrible time with pop-ups. And again, no sunglasses. He's doing whatever he can without glasses. And he tried to cover his head, and he almost got hit in the head. It was foul by about 10 feet. So it's 1 ball and 1 strike. And the pitch. And it's low and away, 2-1. I mean, some guys, maybe they just don't like sunglasses. But if you're on the anywhere on defense, you got to have them. Here's the 2-1. And Bader takes high, 3-1. So Leisure's got to come in. Bader knows it. We all know it. Here it comes. Swinging a fly ball. Center field hit well. Peters back at the wall. Out of here! Bader with a grand slam. And this place is going bananas. He steps on home plate. High fives all the way around. And it's now 9-3. Man, second chances, third chances, and the Giants make the White Sox pay in a big way. And here's Gilbert. And the pitch to Gilbert is a little low. 1 ball and no strikes. Gilbert is singled and he's rolled back to the pitcher. The pitch. And it's low again, 2-0. The guy who made the first out of the inning is on deck. This has been a 6-run 5th inning. Here's the 2-0 delivery to Gilbert. And he takes inside, 3-0. So Leisure throws the 3-0 pitch, and Gilbert, taking it all the way, takes a strike. Bader's 5th of the year, and a quick 4 RBIs. Here's the 3-1 to Gilbert. Gilbert drives one right center field. On the move is Peters, and he's going to reach up out towards Triple's alley and make the catch. Giants drop a 6 spot. They lead 9-3 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Back to Giants Gloves Poppin' on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
Giants with a 9-3 lead is Chase Mydroth, who's going to lead things off against Matt Gage in the pitch, and Mydroth with a bunt and a pop-up straight back and out of play. The Home Run Tracker is sponsored by Belmont Pioneer, built on relationships, built to last. Visit BelmontPioneer.com. The distance on Harrison Bader's home run is 425 feet, and it was hit at 106. 0-1 to Mydroth, the pitch. Swinging a shot into the hole past Giants third baseman Matt Chapman, and just like that, the White Sox have their first hitter on here in the 6th inning. So here's Andrew Benindetti, who's 0 for 2. It started to take a look at what's going on around the major leagues on our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. Not many games going on right now. A lot of games that'll start later. Benindetti fouls the first pitch back and out of play. In Boston, the Twins are leading the Red Sox 4-1. That game is in the middle of the 6th inning. Marlins are shutting out the Mets in Florida 4-0. That game is in the 7th. Benedetti takes down low. In the 5th inning, in Atlanta, the Nationals are leading 2-0. In the 8th inning in Kansas City, the Royals are shutting out the Mariners 5-0. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Benedetti takes outside. A final in Toronto. The Blue Jays beat the Pirates 5-2. Two balls and a strike with nobody out. Runner at first. Gage throws. Swinging a foul back. 2-2. Games that will start a little later. The Reds and Cardinals will start pretty soon. Games that will start tonight here on the West Coast. The Padres will host the Athletics. The D-backs in Arizona will host the Rockies. Benedetti, a swing, and a miss. Out number 1 here in the 6th inning. Gage with his second strikeout. Also, here on the West Coast, the Angels will take on the Rangers. And I guess we're getting a pinch hitter. So Randall Gritchett is going to hit. Well, Gritchett has moved around. He manages to stay in the big leagues. He's been a good player wherever he's gone. And here he's with the White Sox. So Gritchett going to hit. He's hitting .245 with 4 home runs. He's got 10 runs batted in. A White Sox runner at first with 1 out. Gritchett, a right-handed hitter. Gage now throws, and Gritchett takes high and wide. It was, by the way, our Toyota out-of-town scoreboard. I did mention Astros winning over the Cubs 3-0. Cardinals over the Reds 8-1. The pitch. Gritchett takes high. 2 balls and no strikes. Giants and White Sox will go at it tomorrow to finish up this series. Robbie Ray will take the hill for the Gigantes. Here's the pitch, and Gritchett takes a strike. Noah Schultz, a left-hander, will pitch tomorrow. His number is 2-3 with a 4.93 ERA. Here's the 2-1 pitch to Gritchett, and a high pop-up down the right field line. Gilbert will give chase, but it hits high off of that screen down the right field line, which automatically makes it out of play for Drew Gilbert. We're coming to you live from the Chuck Chansey Gold Resort and Casino broadcast booth. Gritchett swinging a foul back. There's some traditions just, they can't be messed with. DC and I, we have our own traditions. That's one of them. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. On a breaking ball down and in, and Gritchett tried to hold up. Hey, let's pause for station identification. This is the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
When the game is over, hear the post-game wrap with John, Dave, Kruk, and Kite on KNBR and KNBR app.
Is here in the booth, as he always is, with a pair of new shoes, by the way. Dave Fleming is on assignment. Dave is going to another country. That's all we're going to tell you. He's hit it big, that Dave Fleming. Dave had his twin girls here in the booth yesterday. How time flies. Derek Hill is the pinch hitter. The former Giant, as he rolls the first pitch foul. Hill, I think it was 2024, had like maybe 12 at bats or so. Giants were a little short on outfielders at that time. But here he is in the big leagues with the White Sox, and it's 0-1. The pitch. And he shows bunt. Did he go after it? He did not. And it's a ball and a strike. The White Sox are the one team that we've seen this year that they're not afraid to bunt. And it usually comes from the people at the bottom of the lineup. One ball and one strike. And the pitch. And it's a bit high. Hill steps out, but now quickly back in. You don't get a lot of time to do much of anything when you're at the plate these days. The pitch. Swing and a miss. 2-2. I mean, everybody's on the clock. The hitter's on the clock. Pitcher's on the clock. And we don't see many violations, hardly at all. And now timeout is called. The players got used to those rules, and it seemed like they got used to them super quick. And you don't hear anybody complaining about the clock anymore. And just kind of rolled right into what the rules were, the new rules. And it's been a great change of pace, to be honest with you. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. And Matt Gage, after allowing the leadoff single, strikes out the side. Giants are coming up with the sixth. They lead 9-3 on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
This is Giants Baseball on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
So Jordan Leisure goes back out here in the sixth inning, bottom of the sixth, 9-3 Giants. And Willie Adames jumps back from an inside fastball, and it's 1 ball and no strikes. Arise to follow, and then Schmidt, the pitch. Adames fouls it back. He likes that pitch away, and that's what he went after, and he hit it right off the screen behind home plate. So Jordan Leisure at the belt and the pitch. And it's a belt high strike. And it's 1-2. He had it. Mike and I over on the TV side about an hour before the 1 o'clock start, we had a visitor. And it's been a guy that we've really wanted to see a number of times over the years, but it just hasn't happened. Here's the 1-2 to Adames and a big swing. You're going to miss for out number 1, and that'll bring up a rise. And that's Max Venable, William Venable, the manager for this White Sox team, is obviously Max is his father, and his mom, Molly, is here. So anyway, Max comes into the booth as this is grounded up the middle. And on the backhand is Mydruth at second, and he throws to first for out number 2. And that'll bring up Schmidt. So we probably spent 20 minutes, half hour with Max, and I'm honestly telling you that Max is easily one of our Mike and I's top 10 teammates over the years. Super guy. Schmidt takes high, hit a home run in the 5th inning. And Max was part of the Giants from 1979 through 83, was traded right after spring training in 1984. And Schmidt takes a strike. He traded to Montreal. And we were really unhappy to see him go. He was just first class and everything, had a big smile, came to the yard happy every day. Here's the 1-1 to Schmidt, and Schmidt hits a soft line drive into left field, a base hit. Schmidt's got his second hit, a single. And now he's 2 for 3 with a sacrifice fly. The Giants got Max Venable in a Rule 5 draft. That was in 1978. And then that trade that I was talking about happened in 1984. It was Max, Fred Brining, here's Devers, and he takes high, and Andy McGaffigan. Those three, for I think everybody remembers this name, the all-time Pirate and great hitter, Al Oliver. So that's how we got Al Oliver. I forgot that. Devers, 1 for 3. His fly ball in the 5th was right at the wall in center field. There's a healthy swing and a miss. 1 ball and 1 strike. So anyway, a little bit about one of our all-time favorites, Max Venable, who's here today with his wife Molly watching. They're here this weekend to watch his son William. The 1-1. And Devers hits a pop-up. It's right around the home plate area. And now it could be fair, and it falls. And Devers didn't run to throw to first, and he's safe. Devers realized that pop-up would have a chance of coming back because it started out in foul territory, so he was just watching it. And then he saw the first baseman, Murakami, battling it and took off and really would have been thrown out if the throw had been good.
Chicago's challenging the safe call at first base.
The second baseman took the throw from Murakami, and now they're challenging the call at first, and it may be that he is out after this challenge. I mean, it was close. It was whether or not Mydrith stayed on the bag or not. And he may have. But it wasn't a classic case of Devers not running because he wasn't hustling. He wasn't running because he never thought that ball would be fair. So some of the White Sox players are walking off the field before they make this call. They think that Mydrith did indeed, after the stretch, somehow go back and touch the bag. But this was taking a while, so somebody's taking a long, hard look at it. And a lot of things happening on that. And remember, the call is safe, so they have to be certain that the call is off before they can change it. Yeah, sometimes these take a little bit longer than you think they really should, but I know you want to get it right. Meanwhile, the guy that really gets hurt on this the most is the pitcher, because he's just kind of standing around. It would be the final out here in the sixth inning. Pop-ups have been an issue for the White Sox today. It's kind of interesting now as we look down on the field. Vargas, the third baseman, now has sunglasses on. Still waiting.
After review, the call in the field is overturned. The runner is out.
So
Chicago will retain the challenge.
They've called Devers out. It'll go 3-4 on the out. That'll end the inning. It'll end my stay here on the radio. I'll head back over to the TV side. John Miller will be in to take you the rest of the way. The Giants are leading in this one by a score of 9-3 on the Liberty Group. Protect your assets, Giants Radio Network.
Back to the Orange and Black on KNBR 104.5 and 680.
John Miller back with you here at Oracle Park. Seventh inning, the Giants ahead 9-3, and Sam Hentges The huge left-hander, 6 feet 8 inches tall, in from the bullpen and throws the first pitch called strike to Drew Romo. Fastball right down the middle. Romo, switch hitter, batting right-handed. Now a curveball, that's in there for a called strike too. Giants leading 9-3. Romo singled home a run, the first White Sox run of the afternoon, back in the 5th inning, and he is 1 for 2 in the game. Here's Hedges at the belt. He throws, and a curve that bounces in the dirt. 7th inning. After this half inning, it will be the 7th inning stretch. Sponsored by Supercuts, real smart hair. Now a fastball, a little bit high, maybe a little bit in. Two and two the count. And here is a ball that misses. 3-2. So Hedges needs a strike here with the top of the order coming up. 3-2 pitch. And he missed it off the inside. Man, he jumped ahead of him with 2 called strikes and missed with every other pitch. Matt Gage, his predecessor on the mound, went 1 1/3, no runs, 1 hit allowed, and had 4 strikeouts, including 3 in a row to end the 6th inning. A shutdown inning. The inning after which the Giants had gone ahead with their 6-run 5th. And ball 1 to Antonacci, the leadoff man. He's 0 for 3 with an RBI. Takes a called strike on the inside. Giants 9, White Sox 3. After Antonacci, the power hitters come up. Timeout is asked for by Antonacci. First half of the 7th, as always, is sponsored by Cache Creek Casino Resort. Got lucky 7s in your future? Here's a pitch for your next weekend getaway. Head to Cache Creek Casino Resort. Your getaway awaits. Now here's a slider. In for a strike, and it's going to be challenged here by Antonacci, and he's going to lose. Just barely caught the black on the outside edge. And show it on the big screen in center. More of the ball out of the strike zone than in, but it just has to touch any part of the defined strike zone, and it just barely did. 1-2 the count. The pitch. Going outside for a ball. The White Sox have 1 challenge remaining. Runner at first, nobody out. Hedges sats and throws. Bounced foul just off to the right toward Murakami, who's on deck. So far for the Giants, the call of the game. Now Schmidt hit a 2-run homer to give them the lead in the 5th inning, and then the coup de grace, that 6-run rally, the grand slam hit by Bader. 2-2 pitch, swing and a miss. He struck him out on a high slider. 1 away, but we'll go with the those 2 home runs as the calls of the game. Sponsored by Ring Central, voice of your business. Now here is a called strike on the outside to the powerful Murakami. Kyle Schwarber leading the major leagues with 20 home runs. Murakami with 17 homers leading the American League. Foul off to the left side of the backstop screen, and the count is quickly 0-2. Murakami has twice bounced back to the pitcher, and then he struck out in the 5th inning. All of those at-bats were against the starter, Adrian Hauser. Here it is. Strike 3 call on the outside corner with a fastball. Well, he didn't waste one. He didn't fool around with it. That was right about on the outside edge and might have even been a little bit off, according to the ABS, but White Sox only have one challenge remaining, and Murakami did not use it. Now here is Miguel Vargas. He's had 2 hits today. Both hit very hard, but he pops this one up. Coming down the line from first is Devers, now by the White Sox on-deck circle. Veers over to his right and makes the catch. Right next to Susak, the catcher, who is in the vicinity. A walk and a man left. No runs. 7th inning stretch time now. With Chapman coming up, the Giants 9, the White Sox 3 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network. Richards comes in for the White Sox bullpen now. A right-hander. He's the 4th White Sox pitcher to be utilized by manager Will Venable today. Matt Chapman will lead off against him. Right-hander against right-hander. Chapman swings at a high fastball and lofts a high foul that will reach well back into the lower deck, out of play behind the visiting on-deck circle. Strike 1. Chapman has struck out looking. He's had a single and a run scored, and he's hit a pop fly double and scored a run. Now he swings and lifts another high foul off to the right. Way back into the second deck. Strike 2. Susak on deck, and then Eldridge due up third in the inning. Giants 9, White Sox 3, last of the 7th. Here's the stretch, and Richards to the plate. And he's low and outside. A check swing by Chapman. Appealed to Guccione, the first base umpire. No swing. That was a changeup, and it just plummeted. It must be that, what do they call that? The jump? Is it the jump chain? What's that? Here's the pitch. And that's low for a ball. Where's Dave when I need him? He knows. The changeup that just plummets downward. 2-2 the count. The pitch on the way. Fastball. And it's outside for a ball. Three-two pitch. Popped up foul coming back above our heads and upstairs. 3-2. There's a woman who's wearing her earphones here in the second deck down below us. When I was trying to remember the word for that changeup, she looked at me like, "Don't you know anything? And they pay you?" 3-2 pitch, swing, and there's a high foul off the left field line. And that will go well back out of play. Left fielder Antonacci was chasing over just in case and shading his eyes all the way. 3-2 to Chapman. Giants ahead 9-3. Now there's one over the head of Chapman. He tried another changeup. And that one just kind of sailed right over the head of Chapman. Not really close to being a strike. Third walk drawn by the Giants today. And here comes Andrew Susac. Daniel Susac. His brother was Andrew. And Daniel Susac takes a ball too high. And Andrew slips in every once in a while. I think Andrew appreciates it up there in Sacramento whenever it happens. Susac got a big hit in the fourth, a 2-run single. Now he fouls one back to the screen. 1 ball and 1 strike. Daniel struck out in the second, 2-run single in the fourth. That made it a 3-0 Giants lead at the time. And then he walked and scored a run. He scored on the grand slam a little bit later in the inning when Bader capped out that big rally. There's a foul out of play off to the right. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Chapman, the runner at first. He's been on base 3 straight times today with a single and a double and now a walk. White Sox have had a terrible time of it on pop-ups, mainly pop-ups. They've had, I think, 3 different pop-ups that have fallen, including one that would have been an out for Bader back in the 5th inning. He kept his at-bat alive because it was in foul ground. And then a little bit later, he hit the grand slam. There's a check swing on a ball in the dirt. 2-2 now to Daniel Susac. Tomorrow's game, a 1:05 first pitch. Robbie Ray for the Giants, and a young guy, a left-hander named Noah Schultz will go for the White Sox. 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Strike 3 call. Well, a fastball on the inside. And maybe he just was out and out guessing about some other kind of a pitch. Couldn't get a swing off on that fastball. So 1 out. Bryce Eldridge, he has not been retired today. He's had 2 singles, both coming with 2 strikes, and he's walked. Now he tops a bouncer foul on a changeup. Had him out in the front foot. Little off balance, strike 1. Eldridge had an 11-pitch at bat. And on the 11th pitch in the 3rd inning, got a base hit. And earlier in the at bat, he'd hit a foul ball homer. Now he swings and misses on another changeup. Well, Richards has thrown him 2 changeups and gotten 2 quick strikes. 1 out, runner at first. Giants ahead 9-3. Another changeup. And that is low and outside. Here it comes. Fouled back to the screen. And after giving him 3 straight changeups, that was a fastball at 93 miles an hour. Now, here it is, and that's high and tight. By the way, I did look it up. That new changeup is called the kick change. And what the kick has to do with it, I don't know. There goes the runner. There's a swing and a high fly ball out into medium right center field. Circling over to his right, and under it is the White Sox right fielder Grichuk for the catch. Back to first goes Chapman. And by the way, just as I was saying that, I got a text from Javi Lopez to tell me that it was the kick change. Thanks, Javi. So now here is Harrison Bader. Look out. Wow, a fastball high and tight right toward his chin. First pitch he's seen since he hit the grand slam. Bader, who also hit a grand slam in Sacramento last Sunday. Now he takes in there for a called strike with a changeup. 1-1. The kick change is a new hybrid pitch that blends changeup spin with splitter-like downward movement. Hayden Birdsong was the guy who was throwing it for the Giants. Now here's a swing and a miss on a high fastball. 1-2 the count. The kick change. Now the set, the 1-2 pitch. Swing, a line drive up the middle. Diving into shallow center is the second baseman. He gloves it, turns and throws in the dirt to first, and it skips on by Murakami and hits off the screen in front of the White Sox dugout. Over to third base goes Chapman. Safe at first is Bader. That was a high changeup, and Bader kind of favors the high pitch. And I believe he gets credit for a hit on that one. And then an error charged for allowing Chapman to go over to third base. So first and third for the Giants with 2 down. First at bat, and he takes a wide one for ball 1. A fastball away from Richard. Giants 9, White Sox 3. That's 13 hits for the Giants in this one now. Adames comes out on deck. Now there's a changeup, a swing, a check swing attempt by Gilbert, but he went around with it. According to Nestor Ceja, the third base umpire, when asked to weigh in, a ball and a strike. Murakami on the bag, holding against Bader at first. Now here's a fastball, overhand fastball on the outside for a called strike 2. That was right down the middle of the plate at the knees. So it's a ball and 2 strikes now to Drew Gilbert. 221 average for young Drew Gilbert so far this year. He's had 95 official at-bats. 1-2 pitch. A changeup. Had him out on the front foot. A high pop-up, first base side. And right along the baseline in foul ground, he makes the catch. Giants strand a couple. They lead 9-3 as we go to the 8th inning. Montgomery, then Mydroth coming up for the White Sox. The Giants will go to their bullpen. I think Pagaro will be coming in, a right-hander. On the Liberty Group, protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
You can't see that it's just me. It's just me. Yeah, it's just me. You've been civilized, baby. Welcome to civilization. Hey, said it ain't the weekend, and it ain't the wine. Said it's not the food you eat making you feel so fine. It's not your favorite song playing on the radio. It's not a hard just me. It's just me. It's just me. Now you go about your day, caught up in trance. Your head over heels, daydreaming about our romance. You're over the moon, running around, singing my tune. You think it's a fantasy.
A 100-mile-an-hour fastball. Although, and the pitchers will be the first to tell you, you don't get credit for throwing 100 if you don't actually reach 100. You can't just round it off if you're going to get credit for 100. Here's a ball too low. So that first one was actually 99.6. I like to round it off to 100, but not so, say those pitchers. Here's a called strike on the outside to Montgomery. Strike two. That's thrown him a couple of sliders since that first fastball. That one at 93 miles per hour over the outside. Belled high. 1-2 now. Montgomery is struck out. Hit a soft single and struck out looking. The pitch to him. A little topper off the first base side of the mound. Past Peguero, charged by Arias. Flips the ball to first. Out. One away. And here comes Mydroth. The eighth inning is sponsored by Mancini's Sleep World. It's the power of 8. Giants have 8 rings. You need 8 hours of sleep, plus a new mattress every 8 years. Save up to 40% off select mattresses at Mancini's Sleep World. Rest
Pitchers call the ball.
easy.
Catcher's challenging.
Here's a challenge, a pitch that was a ball to Mydroth, and Susac challenges, and he was right.
Return. San Francisco retains 1 challenge.
Right there on the outside corner. Second time that Susac has challenged and won. It's 3 out of 4 the Giants have challenged and won. There's a bouncer down the third base side. It just kicks foul in front of the bag. Glove behind the bag by Chapman, who went ahead and made a throw to first base. But it was a foul ball. 0-2 to Mydroth, who has grounded a third, bounced one back to the pitcher, and then he hit a single in the 6th inning. The only hit that was allowed by Matt Gage while he was in there. Giants ahead 9-3, 8th inning, 1 out. The pitch is fouled back to the screen by Mydroth, 24 years old, out of the University of San Diego. Oh, and 2 the count. The pitch comes in, and a foul off to the right. And well back out of play. Sort of an emergency swing there by Mydroth on a 95-mile-an-hour slider from Peguero. Crazy. Again, Peguero ready, throwing, and a slider in the dirt outside, and it skips off the glove of Susac to the backstop. Tomorrow's game, a 1:05 first pitch. Robbie Ray for the Giants against Noah Schultz, who will go for the White Sox. And then remember, it's the Monday afternoon game on the holiday. There's a swing and a fly ball over toward right center, easing to his right, now backing up as the wind carries it. Gilbert stays with it and makes the catch. He moved laterally to his right, and then the ball started to carry still further, so he had to adjust his movement and start backpedaling a bit, but he caught up to it. 2 down, and here is Benintendi. Benintendi, 0 for 3, has popped up to third, lined out to right center, and he struck out his last time. Here's Peguero to the plate. Check swing and an inadvertent foul, bouncing back behind the plate, 0-1. Randall Grichuk is out on deck. Giants 9 runs on 13 hits, including homers by Schmidt and Bader. Now a sinker at 99, up and away, 1-1. Giants, no errors in this game. White Sox 3 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Now here's a fastball in for a called strike at 100. Although I'm going to follow the advice of the pitchers, it was actually 99.7. Way below 100. Here's a foul out of play off to the left. 1-2 the count. The wind, by the way, according to the flags out in right center field, it's been blowing out toward McCovey Cove, but now a strong wind has come up, blowing in from right and across toward left. The prevailing wind here at Oracle Park. 1-2 pitch. Swinging, strike 3. That was a sinker at 101 miles per hour. Strong inning there for Peguero. 3 up, 3 down. Giants 9, White Sox 3. With the top of the order, Adames, Arise, and Schmidt coming up on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network. Thomas has been shut out. He's been kept off the bases. He's 0 for 4. Here it is. And the kick change. See, now I'm going to use that over and over so it sticks in there. I called a ball. Too low. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch. Swing and a smash foul down the left field line and back into the crowd. Strike 2. On the Toyota out-of-town scoreboard, Phillies and Guardians are underway now. They had a rain delay before they got started. Like almost a 2-hour rain delay. Here's a check swing by Adames on a ball down and in, a kick change that was out of the zone at 80 miles an hour. 0-0. Cleveland has won 7 in a row. They're facing Zach Wheeler of the Phillies, though. Phillies have won every game that Wheeler has pitched so far this year. 0-0. Last of the third in Philly. Here's another changeup low for a ball. 3-2. Adames has popped to second, hit into a force play, fly to center, and struck out. Luis Arise on deck. 3-2 pitch. Swing, and there's a high drive into deep left center. Way back there, still going. Adios, Pelota! A home run for Willie Adames. His 6th of the year, and it's 10-3 Giants. 384 feet, the estimate on that one. And now here's a called strike to Luis Arraez. First hit of the day for Adames, the Giants' 14th overall. Third home run. Now the pitch, swing, and Arraez, who's already had 2 hits, skies one to center, battling the wind and the sun out there, is Hill. Now he keeps backing up, and as he gets to the warning track, he makes the catch. So he was fighting the elements out there big time. Did a nice job to make the catch on that one. Here's the home run tracker, sponsored by Belmont Pioneer, built on relationships, built to last. Visit BelmontPioneer.com. The home run, and Adames didn't hit it all that hard as Schmidt skies one along the third base line, and White Sox have 2 different guys going for it. The shortstop, as he did not do on an earlier pop-up along the left field line, takes charge this time, calling off Vargas, and Montgomery makes the catch into foul ground. That was a big play. The Chapman ended up getting a double on it when it fell in, after Vargas lost it in the sun back in the 6-run 5th inning rally. Here is Devers, and he takes a wide fastball, ball 1. The distance on the home run by Adames, 384, although he hit it only at 95 miles an hour. Carried really well. And maybe that wind that we noticed had shifted in from right across toward left. Maybe got a little bit of a push. Ball 2 now to Devers, 2-0. Devers 1 for 4 in the game. He swings and hits a high drive into center. Battling the sun again out there is Hill. Now to his right a bit, makes the catch in sort of medium deep center. But Willie Adames hits one out of the yard. Tell it bye-bye, baby, as Russ Hodges used to say. On to the 9th inning, the Giants ahead 10-3 on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network. Signaling timeout. I'm not sure what was going. Maybe it was a little too soon to start the inning. Maybe that was it. But now we're ready to go. Here's Randall Grichuk to lead off against Pagaro, and he throws him a called strike. 97-mile-an-hour fastball. The pitch to Grichuk. Swing and a miss. Nasty slider at 93 miles an hour. 0-2 the count. Grichuk came in as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning against Matt Gage, who struck him out. Here it is. Swing, a line drive base hit to right field. Sinker at 92. It was an 0-2 count, and that one ended up right over the heart of the plate at 98 miles an hour. And he didn't try to get fancy with it. He just, with a 2-strike count, punched it into right, which was wide open to him with a rise to second baseman almost right up the middle. So now here is Derek Hill, who also came into the game as a pinch hitter in the 6th inning and also struck out against Matt Gage. Giants ahead 10-3, 9th inning. Here it is. Very high for ball 1. Astros beat the Cubs. That's, 7 straight losses for the Cubs now. They've really fallen upon hard times. There's a swing and a miss, and it's 1-1. They had one of the best records in the game there. They were 29-16, and now have lost 7 straight. And the Astros, who've had one of the worst records in the big leagues, have beaten them twice in a row. There's a swing and a miss by Hill on a high fastball at 98. 1-2 the count. Twins leading the Red Sox 4-1, last of the 9th at Fenway Park. Blue Jays beat Paul Skeens and the Pirates today, 5-2 up in Canada. 1-2 pitch, sprayed foul off to the right. Patrick Corbin got the win over Skeens, and George Springer led off the game with a home run against Skeens. Here the Giants lead 10-3 over the White Sox. And Peguero pitches, and he's up and in with a fastball. The Marlins beat the Mets 4-1. Meyer got the win over Freddie Peralta down in Miami. Rays and Yankees got rained out. 2-2 pitch, ground ball off the glove, and he slowed it up enough for a hit. If Peguero had not touched that ball, I think it's a double play. The low liner to his left, he stuck the glove out and didn't catch it. All he did was slow it up. It hit the glove and rolled 30 feet behind him where nobody could get it. So 2 men on, and here is Drew Romo, the switch-hitting catcher. Nationals lead Atlanta 2-0, last of the 8th inning in Atlanta. And a swinging strike. Cardinals and Reds, first game of a doubleheader in Cincinnati. The Cardinals won it 8-1. And they're getting ready for game 2. Split doubleheader in Cincinnati. Time is asked for now by Romo. Romo has struck out, had an RBI single, and he has walked. Nobody out, 2 men on. Giants leading 10-3. Top of the order to follow. Peguero pitches, and he's got a called strike. 99-mile-an-hour sinker there. Dodgers at Brewers, getting ready to start in Milwaukee. Now a swing, ground ball to short, should be 2. Right at the bag. Adames picks it up while standing on second and throws to first for a double play. Grichuk moves from second over to third. So 2 down, and Antonacci will come up. We'll pause here briefly. The station identification. This is the Liberty Group. Protect your assets. Giants Radio Network.
When the game is over, hear the
out back in the 5th inning. Crowd coming to its feet now. Ground ball right to the third baseman. Chapman over to first, and the Giants end the 4-game losing streak as they beat the Chicago White Sox 10-3. We'll come back with the game summary next on the Liberty Group Protect Your Assets Giants Radio Network.
Shit you can't pronounce, that's a big flex. 100 on my